Hey guys, it's Maymay, and you might have seen in a recent Periscope haul where I showed you this glitter printable paper from Recollections that I picked up at Michael's in the clearance for the holiday. Now this was mentioned to me on our show, This Crafty Life Live, and this is the coolest stuff. It is printable glitter paper that you can run through your printer. And it comes in, this pack has very pale colors, which is a good thing. That's kind of a light greenish silver. This is a bluish silver. And then, let me flip to the front. This is more of a white with some silver and some other flecks of color in it. Well, I was intrigued. As soon as I saw it, I thought, will the Cricut read this and cut it? So I had to do a test. So let me show you what I did. So what I've done is I've come to Cricut.com and I've signed into my Cricut design space, and I'm going to do something super simple. We're going to insert an image and we're going to make it printable. And here's what I want. I want a Valentine image, and I know the one I want. I'm going to put in Cupid. I love this little bear so much. He's from the Critter... Create a Critter. I don't know if he's 1 or 2. I could have looked him up. I'm sorry, I was going too fast. But this is the little guy I'm going to use. And I want to change his size. I want him to be about 4 inches. Nope, I don't like that. I'm going to make him 3.75. I want him to fit on the front of a card and basically be the front of the card. And then I want this to be a little taller. So I unlocked it and I'm going to make him 4 inches tall because I want him to be kind of the focal point. So there he is. Now before we can print him on our glitter paper, we have to do one thing. See all these little pieces right here? That is because he's a cut file right now. And if we did this, we'd be cutting a whole bunch of little pieces. What I want to do is I want to flatten him so we can print him. So once I flatten him, notice how everything pulled up into one, and now we have the print icon. That's what we're looking for. We flattened all the layers, and now he's printable. So now I'm going to do is say go. Now he's on my mat. If I was doing this as an iron-on or anything else, I would want to do the mirror image, but at this point he's in the perfect location, and now we're just going to print him. So to do that, I'm just going to click go. And I will have to choose my printer. So right here I'll say print page. I'll choose my printer and tell it to go. And then I will meet you at the Cricut with the glitter printer paper ready to cut. Now, as you saw, I used a simple image. You could use something much more detailed if you wanted to and see if it will work. The cool thing for me was it did read the registration marks, so I thought that was really neat. Again, though, if you have trouble with that, just go over it with a matte black pen or turn the lights out in your craft room and see if that'll work. But I think you could probably make this work since it worked for me twice with no other fanciness. All I did was put it into the printer. And now look at this. It cuts so easy. And my mat is so not sticky, but look at this. Just cut right out. Isn't that cute? I love this little guy. So now we have this solid glitter bear. Let's see if you can see the shimmer on him to make a card with. So let's turn him into a card. So now that I've got the little front of the card ready or ready to put together, I thought I need to do some stamping. And I had these 2 stamp sets in mind. This is Berry Sentimental and this is Trixie's Valentine. These are both from my collection and they are in my store, which is linked below. So you can pick those up for your Valentine cards. And we're going to use 3 stamps from those 2. One is Will You Be Mine? That's from the Trixie's Valentine set. So if you have that one, you have Will You Be Mine for your Valentine cards. And I'm going to stamp it on this little 1/2 inch piece for the front of the card, just like so. Get that to stay. That's super cute. We're going to cut that to be a little ribbon pennant in a few minutes. And then for the inside of the card, we're going to use this piece. And this one, I'm going to stamp I Love You Very Much. I think that'll be cute on the inside of our card. I'm going to do it at the top center here. Just like that. And then from Trixie's Valentine again, this has 3 little hearts that are from the little dog food bowl in that set. And I'm going to use these 3 little hearts on either side of this sentiment. I think that'll be cute. I'm also carrying these acrylic blocks in my store, so if you're interested in those, they're also in the store, and that is linked below as well. So I'm just going to cut this down and use it as a little pennant banner. You guys have seen me do this before. I'm just going to cut a little bit of this off. This is just a little scrap I cut while I was cutting that base paper. And what I'm going to do is take my fussy cutting scissors and I'm going to cut the tip end just like that down the middle, and then I'm going to bring the corners to the middle, and that'll give us that ribbon shape. Just like that. Easy enough, right? And now he's ready to assemble. So I'm going to make a standard A2 size card. I'm just going to score him right here at 5.5 with a black card base. And I've already cut all the little layers to go together, so I'm not going to fold it yet. I'm going to go ahead and assemble the front first. This little piece of paper is a gold piece of paper that I got from a 6x6 pad at Michael's on clearance during the holiday. I'm going to put that piece down first, and I cut it just a 1/16 of an inch smaller all the way around, so really it's an 1/8 of an inch on your cut, but that'll give you a 1/16 of an inch of that black edge showing. So I'm going to put a little glue. So many people ask me about this glue. This is art glitter glue, and it is available in my store, which is linked below. You're going to hear that a lot because I just opened my new online store and I'm super excited about it, and it's maymaymadeit.com. So please go check it out if you haven't. Actually, everything is there, not just my store, but my blog, and everything is in one spot. So I want to make sure I tell you guys all about that this week. So probably in every video you see this week, I'll be talking about it because it took me months to get that guy all built and ready for you guys to see. So please go check it out and let me know what you think. So there is our first layer. I love that gold. So pretty. Now, I took this little glitter bear and I wanted him on top of here, and for me he blends in just a little too much. Looks really good on the camera now that I look at him, but here he blends in. But I didn't want to really hide that pattern behind him, so look what I did. I've taken a piece of vellum and I'm going to put this piece of vellum down on the front to kind of make like a cloud for little Cupid to sit on, just like this. So I'm going to glue my Cupid to the vellum, and then I'm going to glue the vellum to the card behind Cupid. Does that make sense? Because you know, you can't really put glue on vellum where it doesn't show. You'll see what I mean in just a second. Let me put a little bit of glue here on him. You could pop him up too if you wanted to. I just decided not to. I just decided to put him right onto the little cloud. That's what I like to think of it as. And I'm putting him kind of at the top. I want him to live a little bit at the top up there. Bring him over a little bit. And then I'm going to turn him over and put the glue on behind him again. And this way I can put it on to the card and you won't see the glue coming through the vellum. Be careful not to get too much. You don't want it to bleed out. So let's see how well I did with that. And this guy's just going to go right up here toward the top, because our little ribbon banner we made is going to go here at the bottom. For our little ribbon piece, I cut a piece of foam adhesive to kind of pop it up just a little bit, and this is now going to go at the bottom here. I'm going to kind of go over that vellum and kind of split it halfway and stick that little guy down. So on the front he just says, "Will you be mine?" really simply like that, and then I'm going to close this guy up. So there's our little printable and cut out with our Cricut glitter paper. Look how glittery he is. I'm excited to see what you guys do with this glitter paper. I think it is super cool, and I think you can get, if you can still find it at Michael's, it was like 70% off at Michael's when I was there. I haven't searched for it online, but you could probably find it online too. So it just runs through your inkjet printer. Now I want to encourage you to try something. You know, my friend Melody Lane makes digital papers. What a perfect paper to use for your digital papers, to have this glitter and print a background on it. Can you imagine all the beautiful glittery papers you can do there? I'm going to leave a link to her store below too, because she has really good prices. Just check her store for that. And I just love this glitter paper. I think it'll look great with her papers as well. Alright guys, let me know if you tried in your Cricut and if you have the same kind of results I did. I was really happy that I did, because I wasn't sure it was going to just cut on the first try, but it did, and I love it. I don't know if the other colors would work. I did use the white glitter paper, so it worked really well, but let me know what your results are, and do that on my Facebook page, which is Maymay Made It, and so did I. Go check that group out so you can share your projects with us. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.